As you cross the threshold of 60, the question of who will truly stand by your side takes on new weight. In your younger years, the answer seems clear. Your family, lifelong friends, or trusted colleagues. These relationships feel like an unshakable foundation. But as you age, life reveals a different reality. Priorities shift, circumstances evolve, and the support system you once took for granted may not hold up as expected. Children build their own lives, friends drift or pass away, and unexpected challenges test your resilience. To thrive in this stage, you need more than just people. You need a robust framework of stability and independence. This article explores 6 essential pillars that become more dependable than family as you age. These pillars, financial stability, physical health, social connections, sense of purpose, emotional resilience, and adaptability, form a foundation that ensures you're never left vulnerable or alone. By understanding and building these pillars, you'll gain the confidence to navigate life's challenges with security and peace of mind. Let's dive into each pillar and discover how they can transform your perspective on support. Pillar 1, financial stability. The most dependable support in your later years isn't a person, it's your financial independence. Money doesn't guarantee happiness, but it provides a critical safety net, offering freedom, security, and the ability to handle life's uncertainties without relying on others. As you age, depending on family for financial help becomes a risky proposition. Your children, no matter how much they love you, face their own financial pressures, mortgages, childcare, career demands. Expecting them to step in during a crisis can strain relationships and leave you exposed. Consider Richard, a 72-year-old retiree who always believed his children would support him if he faced financial hardship. He had paid for their education, helped with down payments, and been a constant source of support. But when a sudden medical emergency wiped out his savings, he turned to his kids only to find them grappling with their own debts and expenses. Their inability to help wasn't a lack of care. It was the reality of their own financial burdens. This experience taught Richard that financial stability is a pillar you must build yourself. To establish this pillar, start with a clear assessment of your finances. Do you have an emergency fund to cover unexpected costs like medical bills or home repairs? Is your retirement income, pensions, investments, or social security sufficient and secure? Are you carrying high-interest debt that could erode your savings? If the answers raise concerns, take action now. Create a budget that prioritizes essentials and eliminates unnecessary spending. Consult a financial advisor to optimize investments and minimize risks. Explore part-time work or passive income streams if your savings need a boost. The goal isn't wealth, it's preparedness. By ensuring you can cover your needs independently, you protect your dignity and avoid burdening loved ones. Financial stability also means planning for the long term. Consider long-term care insurance to cover potential health costs and update your estate plan to avoid disputes. Learn basic financial literacy, how to read investment statements, avoid scams, and stretch your dollars. These steps empower you to face the future with confidence, knowing you won't need to lean on others for survival. Financial independence is a pillar that stands firm when people cannot, giving you control over your life no matter what challenges arise. Pillar 2, physical health. Your health is the cornerstone of your independence. After 60, your body becomes either a powerful ally or a significant obstacle. No amount of love, money, or family support can replace the ability to move freely, think clearly, and live without constant pain or limitation. While family may care deeply, they can't make healthy choices for you. They can't exercise, eat well, or manage chronic conditions on your behalf. That responsibility falls squarely on you. Too many people neglect their health, assuming family will step in as caregivers if needed. But this is a flawed plan. Your children and relatives have their own lives, careers, families, and personal struggles. Expecting them to manage your daily care can overwhelm them and erode your independence. Take Carl, a 68-year-old who was active in his youth but grew sedentary after retirement. He thought he'd have time to get back in shape, but years of inactivity led to weight gain, joint pain, and low energy. Simple tasks like climbing stairs became daunting. His children helped when they could, but their visits were sporadic due to work and family obligations. Carl realized that to reclaim his freedom, he had to take charge of his health immediately. Building this pillar requires consistent, intentional effort. You don't need to run marathons or follow extreme diets, but small daily choices add up. Incorporate movement into your routine, walking, yoga, or light strength training to maintain mobility and strength. Eat nutrient-rich foods like vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, and limit processed sugars and fats. Schedule regular checkups to catch issues early, and don't ignore warning signs like persistent pain, fatigue, or changes in balance. If you have chronic conditions like diabetes or hypertension, follow your doctor's advice diligently. Mental health is equally critical. Engage in activities that keep your brain sharp, like puzzles, reading, or learning new skills. Address stress through mindfulness or hobbies that bring joy. By prioritizing your health, you reduce the likelihood of needing extensive care, preserving your autonomy, and easing the burden on loved ones. Your body is a pillar that no one else can strengthen for you. Invest in it now to ensure it supports you for years to come. Pillar 3. Social circle loneliness is a silent epidemic among older adults, and its impact goes beyond emotions. Studies show it increases risks of depression, cognitive decline, and even mortality. As you age, your social circle often shrinks. Friends retire and move, loved ones pass away, or connections fade. While family is a vital part of your life, they can't be your only source of companionship. Children and relatives have demanding schedules, and relying solely on them for social interaction can lead to isolation and disappointment. Margaret, a 73-year-old widow, experienced this firsthand. She adored her two sons, but their careers and young families left little time for regular visits. Phone calls grew infrequent, and Margaret felt increasingly alone, waiting for moments of connection that rarely came. Determined to change this, she took action. She reconnected with old friends, joined a local book club, and volunteered at a community center. These efforts introduced her to new people and rekindled her sense of belonging. Her life became richer, filled with laughter, shared stories, and new perspectives. Margaret learned that a vibrant social circle is not just a luxury, it's a lifeline. To build this pillar, actively seek connections outside your family. Start with your existing network. Reach out to old friends or neighbors for coffee or a walk. Join groups aligned with your interests, such as gardening clubs, fitness classes, or religious communities. Local senior centers often host events like game nights, typed or art workshops, providing low-pressure ways to meet people. Online platforms like meetup groups or hobby forums can also spark friendships, especially if mobility is limited. Even casual interactions, a chat with a cashier or a wave to a neighbor, build a sense of community. Nurture these relationships with effort. Check in regularly, show interest in others' lives, and be open to new perspectives. A diverse social network doesn't just combat loneliness, it boosts your emotional resilience and mental sharpness. By cultivating connections, you create a safety net of companionship that complements family ties, ensuring you're never entirely dependent on one group for emotional support. Pillar 4. Sense of purpose. Purpose is the spark that keeps you engaged and fulfilled. After 60, the roles that once defined you, parent, professional, caregiver, often shift or fade. Retirement, empty nests, or changing family dynamics can leave you feeling unmoored, as if your best days are behind you. While family provides love and connection, they can't give you a reason to get out of bed each morning. That drive must come from within. George, a 70-year-old retired engineer, faced this challenge. Excited for leisure after decades of work, he soon felt restless. His days lacked structure, and visits from his grown children, while cherished, weren't enough to fill the void. Seeking meaning, George began volunteering at a local school, teaching kids basic woodworking. The role gave him a renewed sense of value. He was sharing knowledge, building confidence in others, and staying mentally active. His purpose didn't come from grand achievements, but from small, meaningful contributions. To build this pillar, explore what lights you up. Purpose doesn't require a paycheck or public recognition. It can stem from hobbies, personal growth, or helping others. Try new activities like painting, writing, or playing an instrument. Set goals such as mastering a recipe or walking a certain distance. Volunteer in your community. Tutoring, mentoring, or organizing events can create impact. If faith is part of your life, deepen your involvement in spiritual practices or groups. Even small routines like tending a garden or journaling can anchor your days with intention. Purpose evolves with age, so stay open to reinvention. If old passions no longer resonate, experiment with fresh pursuits. The key is to find activities that make you feel alive and connected to something larger than yourself. This pillar keeps your mind sharp, your mood stable, and your life meaningful, reducing reliance on others for validation or direction. Pillar 5. Emotional resilience. Life after 60 brings inevitable challenges: grief, health setbacks, or strained relationships. While family may offer comfort, they can't always be your emotional anchor. Their own struggles, work stress, parenting, or personal issues may limit their availability. The most reliable source of strength is your emotional resilience, the ability to process pain, adapt to change, and find peace within yourself. Helen, a 75-year-old widow, learned this after losing her husband of 40 years. Initially, she turned to her children for support, leaning on their calls and visits to ease her grief. But their busy lives meant they couldn't be there as often as she needed. Rather than let loneliness consume her, Helen took steps to build resilience. She joined a grief support group where sharing her story helped her feel seen. She began journaling to process emotions and practice daily gratitude to shift her focus to small joys. Over time, she discovered she could navigate sorrow on her own, finding strength she hadn't realized she possessed. Emotional resilience isn't about suppressing feelings or pretending to be unbreakable. It's about facing emotions honestly and developing tools to cope. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, or prayer can calm your mind during stress. Therapy or counseling offers professional guidance for deeper struggles. Creative outlets, writing, art, or music, provide a safe space to express complex feelings. Surround yourself with positive influences, like uplifting books or supportive friends, to bolster your mood. Building this pillar takes practice. Start by identifying your emotional triggers and healthy ways to respond. If rejection stings, focus on self-compassion rather than seeking external validation. If loss feels overwhelming, honor it through rituals like lighting a candle or writing a letter. Resilience grows with each challenge you face, equipping you to handle life's ups and downs without leaning heavily on others. This pillar ensures you're your own greatest ally, capable of finding light even in dark moments. Pillar 6. Ability to adapt change is a constant after 60. Health fluctuates, relationships evolve, and the world around you shifts. Technology advances, communities change, and routines disrupt. Those who thrive don't resist these shifts. They adapt, finding new ways to grow and connect. Clinging to how things were can trap you in nostalgia, but embracing change opens doors to joy and opportunity. Frank, a 78-year-old widower, faced this when his close-knit group of friends began to dwindle. Some passed away, others moved to be near family. He felt isolated, tempted to accept loneliness as part of aging. Instead, he chose to adapt. He learned to use Zoom to stay in touch with distant relatives and joined an online history discussion group where he made new friends. He even attended a local tech workshop to master his smartphone, opening up apps for hobbies and communication. By leaning into change, Frank turned loss into growth. Adaptability is about mindset and action. Stay curious, ask questions, seek tutorials, or take classes to learn new skills, whether it's navigating social media or cooking a new cuisine. If physical limitations arise, adjust your routines. Swap jogging for swimming or in-person clubs for virtual ones. If relationships shift, be proactive. Reach out to new people or deepen existing bonds. Flexibility doesn't mean abandoning your values. It means finding creative ways to live them in new contexts. To build this pillar, challenge yourself regularly. Try one new thing each month, a podcast, a craft, or a local event. Reflect on past changes you've navigated successfully to boost confidence. Surround yourself with adaptable people who inspire growth. This pillar empowers you to face uncertainty with optimism, ensuring you're never stuck or defeated by life's twists. By embracing change, you remain resilient, relevant, and ready for whatever lies ahead. Final thoughts. Turning 60 and beyond is a chapter filled with wisdom, but it also demands a new approach to support. Family remains a cornerstone of love and connection, but the most enduring stability comes from within. Financial stability safeguards your independence, ensuring you never need to rely on others' resources. Physical health preserves your freedom, allowing you to live actively and fully. A social circle surrounds you with companionship, combating loneliness and enriching your days. A sense of purpose fuels your passion, giving each day meaning and direction. Emotional resilience equips you to weather life's storms with inner strength. Adaptability keeps you agile, turning challenges into opportunities. These 6 pillars form a foundation that no one can take away. They require effort, intention, and sometimes courage. But the reward is profound, a life of confidence, control, and connection. You won't need to wait for others to save you or fear being left alone. You'll have the tools to stand tall, no matter what comes. Start building these pillars today. Assess your finances, move your body, call a friend, pursue a passion, reflect on your emotions, and embrace a new challenge. Each step strengthens your foundation, preparing you for a future of resilience and joy. Aging isn't about loss, it's about redefining strength, and with these pillars, you're ready to thrive.